This afternoon's stage is a big one up Bluff Hill. Before we do go to that stage, let's find out from our commentators who the likely contenders for this race are. Julian Einarson and Doug Barth are our commentators. Julian, who do you think are going to be the likely contenders in this Tour of Southland?
We've obviously got Ralston, of course, coming back for the three-peats. He's only been two other gentlemen that have ever done that, with Brian Fowler and, of course, Tino Tabak in the 60s. So it's a big ask of him, but he's got a pretty in-depth field of riders out there, like Sir Philip Snyder from Switzerland, who's been here before, finished in the top three. And we've got this gentleman called Roland, and who's not a bad sort of a rider from Canada, and who's been in the top 10 just recently over in Australia. So I think there's some great riders out there, and Heath Blackgrove, of course, in the yellow jersey after this morning, and he's always a top contender.
And that's not even to mention Jeremy Yates and Glenn Chadwick, both of who did so well in the Herald Sun Tour, which is a similar kind of tour recently held in Australia, and both who seem really hungry this year to win the Tour of Southland.
Yeah, absolutely. When you got Yates, who just took 12 minutes off his own record in the K2 over 200 kilometres in the Coromandel in the last few days, so he's coming in some fine form.
What about you, Doug? Who do you think is going to be the ones to watch?
I think all those guys you just mentioned. One of the guys I think who's going to step up this year is Jeremy Yates. He's got a good setup behind him, and it's about time we started seeing something from Jeremy Yates in this race. I think he's always promised but hasn't really delivered. The other guy is always a dark horse lurking, is Gordon McCauley. Had a good prologue here today with the cycle surgery team. He's a dark horse. Who knows what Gordon's going to do? Even Gordon doesn't know. And I think the other one, of course, is obviously Ralston and Blackgrove. Heath Blackgrove's been second in this race a lot, and I'm sure it's people in a shoe. He wants to get it out of there. So that might
see there Roland's from Canada in the Dalmain R&R squad. Roman Van Eden is still away up the front here at this stage, and these guys this man here, number 74, is really putting in a big effort. He's doing everything he can to try and stay away and win the stage. This is a big effort here from Roman Van Eden.
Yeah, well, certainly the most aggressive rider of the day would have to go to this man here, wouldn't it? He's been doing a fantastic effort, Van Uden, and here he is about to be caught by the bunch, only a so out, and here's the counter-attack. Jeremy Yates, national champion, has decided to go. He mentioned last night at the team presentations, he said that this tour needs lots of uphills. If it's uphill, you'll see me, and he's certainly going to set his mark here. Who's going to go with him?
Well, no one at this stage, by the looks of things, Julian. This is a really, really big move here from Jeremy Yates. He's realised this is one of the stages where he can make up some time, if not claim the overall leader's jersey. He's climbing very, very nicely. This man has got a beautiful style on his bike. Anyone watching this and wanting to replicate that would go no wrong, because he's out of his seat. He hasn't changed his gear by the looks of things, just giving his legs a bit of a rest and getting into a different position, giving his backside a bit of a spell, I'm sure too. But you can still see him here out of his seat, and he sat back down. What a beautiful style here, all power, all
she's all over here. Yates is going to take out the stage, and I would suggest also that could be also putting him into the jersey that he took away last year, was the King of the Mountains. And of course he's taken out this stage here, which is part of that King of the Mountains series. And has he done enough though to put himself into the yellow jersey, because that's the all-important thing that he is after. He's been second twice. Is this his major move on day one here at the PowerNet Tour of Southland?
First up, Bluff Hill with Jeremy Yates of Subway Avanti. Just over 2 hours it took him, and only 8 seconds back Glenn Chadwick. Only 16 back from Jeremy was Aaron Strong. Heath Blackgrove and last year's champion Hayden Ralston round out the top 5.
Out there, there's a break point early. We were a little bit worried. Dominic Roldan made the first move, but my Subway Avanti teammates held it together, and Hayden Godfrey did an awesome job coming into the bottom of the buff there. He did a lot of hard work. James Williamson coming to the bottom of the climb as we'd planned, hit the front and set it up for me perfectly. I was able to skip away